Hey guys, it's Tanner back with some more Doodle Empires, another sneak peek for Doodle Empires. We're back in the Unity editor. And before we get started, I hadn't checked the Steam wishlist numbers in a while, and I checked them recently, and Doodle Empires is at 20,000 wishlists on Steam, so thank you guys so much for everyone who's wishlisted on Steam. It's a huge help, and I promise I'll try to get this game out for you soon enough. Speaking of getting the game out, I have updated the release date on Steam to be sometime this month in May. I'm hoping I didn't jump the gun there. Hopefully not. I don't think so. All I really need to do is finish the last two maps, which are Europe and Oceania. And Oceania, I think, is going to be a cakewalk compared to the other maps I've made. And then some minor, like, bug fixes slash just aesthetic changes, like moving some UI around in the map maker, make that look more visibly pleasing. Give it a couple more buttons and such. But yeah, let's get into, speaking of the map maker, I have made some changes here already. Still need to make more, but it's a start. So if we click on the map maker here, we have a new menu here that we can load our map, or we can just make a new one here. If we want a fresh new map, you just hit this button, but if you want to load one of your other maps and edit those, we can click on these here. Okay, that's... I made a few faces here. So I started with this face. And then the second... just to test if the edit map thing was working. I just kind of scribbled out the face. A little scary in hindsight, but, you know, it's fine. Also, the background is a little different, despite... Okay, I'll have to look into that, but... These other faces are the same here. Wait, happy, super happy. Wait. Yeah, there we go. It's like an animation. I didn't even do that on purpose. All right, but well, we do have this preview. I didn't actually mention it, but it's very obvious that it's here. We do have a preview of your map here, and then if you want to edit it, let's go to edit map. I may need to work on the load time for that, or how smooth that is. Because it is freezing for a second there. Alright, but we do have the new map, and let's see, maybe we'll give them, I don't know, ears. Although I guess I should have made them like that. It's fine. This is just a test. Oh, the rest of them doesn't have an outline. Yeah, I really should have just given them the... Alright. Big ear face. We'll save that. We'll go back. Map maker. And now we have big ear face. Oh, I clicked the wrong one. Big ear face. Kind of just looks like he is, like gum, maybe? He's like, or a jawbreaker. You know how in Ed, Edd and Eddy? Remember that show? Their cheeks just kind of, they had big jawbreakers. I don't know. But yeah, like I said, you can also do new map. Also, ignore the cursor. I have not actually connected it. I've added it into the map maker scene. I have not connected it to the actual cursor yet. I did that I added this in just today, and I did not think to connect it yet, but anyway. Oh, also, I think the sound effects scroll was broken last time. I have fixed that, if anybody was worried about that. Here, let me bring that up a bit even. Alright, so next big thing that's completed, that's done, that's brand new, is the Earth map. We can click on that, give it a second, and oh, actually, before we get into the Earth map, I have also updated what the default settings are. I still might change these up a bit, but with the addition of these 4 new cards here, I want these cards, like, normally I would imagine these to be, like, more rare. Like, you don't want to diverge your origin every single turn. So I brought all the other cards a bit more up. Like, I think a lot of these were, like, very low. So I brought the expands up a lot, and the splits, the Union, New Nation, all that. Honestly, I might change the default age length. I'm not sure. We'll see. This might be fine. It's fine. You guys can always change the settings for yourselves, but we have our Earth map now. And it's looking awesome. So if here, let's make Rome. The classic. As I said in one of my first videos, I think. Or, you know what, I'm thinking of TikTok. TikTok, I called it a classic. But yeah, we have our Earth map. And it is, well, technically, okay. When I was first making it, I may have messed up when making this map. I may have made it a little too big. I may have gotten a bit too excited, made it a little too big. It's, like, in terms of tiles, it's the same, it's not any bigger than the Middle East map, I don't think. But, in terms of, like, so Earth is very wide. In terms of, like, stretch and, like, how far spread out all the tiles are, I did bring in the Middle East map to, like, compare the sizes just to make sure I hadn't messed up too bad. And, well, the Middle East map was, like, half the size, technically, but the Middle East map is, like, also much more packed with tiles, so. But, for whatever reason, the amount of tiles doesn't really matter in terms of, like, loading. It's, like, how far apart they are, for whatever reason. So, there might be some issues with, like, so if I hit, the different map mode buttons here, I hit, like, let's say I hit Faith. It stalls out for a second there, which I don't love. I may try to fix that. There is a way, okay, going back to political wasn't too bad, but I can make it so that the tiles change over several frames instead of just one. Which I think I will be doing that. Just because it is taking a lot of processing power to to load all these tiles and change the color of them. So hopefully I can get that working well. The only reason I haven't made it like that already is because for like I guess for like slower FPS computers, but well, it would like load very like slowly a new map mode, and I was a little worried about how that would look, how that would work. But I guess it's better than your game just freezing for a few seconds. So I think I will be making that switch, but we'll see. What else? What else? Oh, I'm also working on the Europe map now. Oh, actually, before we get in, I'll show off the Europe map in a second here. But I had an idea for something. This is another one of those after initial Steam release ideas that I'll I'll maybe or maybe not add. Let me know, what do you guys think about, so the way I have the terrain set up, so you know how you can see the mountains and the hills on even when the tiles are taken by a nation, it's because I have a second I technically have a second map on top of the map that's just the hills and mountains. What do you guys think of, in like the game settings, having a slider to where you can make the hills and mountains more transparent or less transparent? I think that would be a good idea. Because, like, if, like, let's say, maybe you want to be able to have the hills and mountains be more clear in the game here. So let's see. Can I, grid terrain. So if I go to tile map, I have the transparency down to 25. If I bring it up, like if you guys want it, or maybe you just want it to go away completely. You know, maybe a setting for that would be cool. I think it might be, although it is kind of slow, so I don't know. Maybe we'll see. Let me know what you guys think about that. But let's go ahead into the Europe map. I don't have a ton of it done yet, but we can talk about the boundaries of the map going in. So if I make it a little easier to see. So this is what I'm thinking for the map. I think this is kind of similar to like a map usually this is what I see when I see like a map of Europe. I mean, obviously this is North Africa and this is the Middle East over here. But I think I've seen maps with these kind of boundaries of Europe for in like Ages of Conflict or something like that. And as for I know you can't really, I don't really have a physical like line here, but the western boundary, I'm thinking like here, we're definitely including Iceland, don't worry. I don't know if we're gonna include the Azores or wait, are these the Azores? Or are these ones? Okay, don't. I'm embarrassed. um, Actually, these might be these. I don't know. No, it's these. Okay. Oh, I'm gonna get roasted in the comments. Anyway, yeah, I'm thinking the western boundary is gonna be like right off of Iceland, here. But I do have. Oh, I do have the start of Europe here. I think I definitely want to cut it off down here. I didn't want to make it so. Also, I'm going back to like a more straight boundary here because the way I have I actually haven't shown that off, have I? Here, let's go into maybe I have shown it off a little bit, but I don't know if I've really pointed it out before. If we go into the Mediterranean map, I have this little outline here. You know what? I think I have talked about it. It's been a little while since I've talked about it. But I have this outline here, and I think it works well with these straight line sort of box maps that I make. And it was a little harder. So if I go to Appalachia, that's the best example here. Where's my canvas? I don't want to see that. Yeah, it's a little harder getting the edge with the Mississippi River to look right. I had to add like a lot of little boxes so that it didn't cut off weird. But I think it works better. I like the natural borders, but I think in terms of like production and like making the maps and like getting it set up with this outline, it looks a lot better with the straight line. At least I think. So let me know what you guys think about that. But as I was saying, yeah, we have this outline, and I guess I talked about all I want to do with that. But actually, one funny thing before I cut it off here and end the video. One thing I posted about this on Blue Sky, but going from staring at this version of Europe and the rest of the world, this like more pixelated, low res sort of version of the world, and then switching back to the Mediterranean, this such high detailed map here. It gave me whiplash a little bit. It's like, whoa, I really made this map a bit too detailed. I don't know. It really put into perspective how crazy I've made these maps. But hopefully you guys have been enjoying them. But yeah, I think that's gonna be it for this video. I'll try to keep you guys posted on the progress for the Europe map on Discord and Blue Sky, and I'll try to make another video at some point if I have, assuming I have enough to warrant making another sneak peek. I think I'll probably have enough for one more sneak peek before release, but we will see. But anyway, thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye bye.